episode of I Love 20-year-old GM products with LS motors. Today, I bought a cop car with an LS motor, and it's not a Caprice PPV. What is it, would you ask? This right here is a 35th anniversary police pursuit 4th gen Camaro. And I know that sounds like a lot of words, but pretty much what that means is this car has an LS1, 323 rear gears with a locker. It has other little goodies from being a cop car, such as holes all over the place, as well as badges. The previous owner did lose the interior light, which went red and also other colors, and they lost some other bits and pieces of the car. And you might be saying, Jake, why is it in that garage? Why aren't you at the lift? Well, a couple things. First thing is it's snowy, and this car is not going to make it to where I normally work on my vehicles at. So we are repairing the bare minimum, which is going to be the heat. The passenger wiper arm is completely broken off the car. I am kind of disappointed that it's a hard top, but that is what it is. It's a police package. This car hasn't actually been driven for 13 years, but it was registered 4 years ago as of 2021. So right now I'm going to try to fix this heat. I think it's going to be the resistor. It doesn't have any blower speed at all. I had a sneaking suspicion as I was tearing under the dash of this and I saw a couple acorns fall out. I was like, maybe a little mouse made its home in here. So I pulled the blower motor, as any smart person would do, and I found this. I'm actually kind of appreciative that it didn't work because I'm going to go spray this out and clean out the air system. Oh, no. Oh. All right, so I have vacuumed this out. This whole situation up here is just a mouse-filled dungeon. And I took this vent out and I sucked what I could through this way. I've cleaned it out. And now it's time to test to see if we have power at the heater connector here. No power at either of the connectors. Back to O'Reilly's I go. All right, we've got some replacement relays. I am really hoping that that is the issue here. I seriously have no idea who lets me work on cars, but they need to stop. I discovered something that I wasn't aware of. So it looks like there is 3 fuses, not 2. And that's what it's supposed to look like. So we're gonna put it back in its home here. Let's go digging and clean up some mice remnants again for the second series in a row. So as you can see, we are on whatever setting here. That doesn't matter. Temperature doesn't matter. And we're on full blast. The light's on. That means we have power there, right? Now, if I was to turn this to setting 1, 2, or 3, no power. That would mean the blower motor would be off. So what does that mean for us? That means it needs a resistor. So I can't find the blower motor resistor. And last time I was in a position like this, I ended up itching for the next 3 days. I'll touch base when I find the resistor. So it's buried up in there, and what I found online for a diagram, I'll put it on the screen here, is it has 1 bolt in it. And I realized the one that I have actually has 2 bolts in it. Therefore, I have the wrong one. And I figured it was going to be the wrong one, but I still bought it anyways, of course, because I'm just a genius. Right now, we are just putting back the relays that we took out before. We have a bunch of clip locations back here. Look at that. You have never seen a quality of work like this. I don't know what I'm sitting on. Oh, these didn't come out from under me. They came out from inside of me. Ask me why I didn't bring my power tools. And I'll tell you, I don't know. Definitely not, because I have short-term memory loss. We're probably going to end up taking this stuff back out so that we can put a stereo in it. But that's not a today problem. That's definitely like a next week problem. What are we listening to? The Class of Country. Put it in the hole. It's kind of cute when you put something back together and you have extra stuff. It's like you really did that better than manufacturer did back in their day. The white one goes on the left, and the black one goes on the right. Oh, look at that. we have traction control. Not that I ever want it to work. My golf club hood prop here. As you can see, somebody got rid of the hood prop on the vehicle. Let me just... All right, going for a little drive in the Camaro here. You can see these stock lights are really bad. Even on high beams, they're really bad. I'm gonna probably reach out to Last Fit and see if they want to send us some bulbs, because the bulbs that went into the single cab were phenomenal. Now, that being said, we are gonna need to put a blower motor in this thing. Although the heat is beautifully hot, it's making a really bad noise, as is the car, because it's just straight piped. New day here. So first things first today, the parts store gave me the wrong resistor, but we still need one. We are headed to Dave, who's the local F-body guy. He's got like 16 of these things hanging around back, and one of them's bound to have a good resistor in it. So I'm going to pick one of those up off him. I'm going to trade him a climate control piece here with some cash for a used hardtop headliner, because there isn't one in this car and it didn't come with one. We also ordered a $36 blower motor off Amazon, because this one still makes some noise, unfortunately. All right, looks like we're at the place. Lots of F-bodies. So we're here with Dave. Got a resistor here that was gonna suck to find online in this very nice headliner that's not ripping, out of a low mileage California car.
Hey,
this
James,
is Dave. This is Dave's project of the day. What do we got going on here?
Yeah, just this transformer Camaro here. I'm pulling parts for customers and doing stuff. It's kind of a nice day out. Not really. My high beams are on.
Yeah, this guy put a ton of money in the body work and stuff, and these taillights that definitely look terrible, and transformer logos, and the nicest exhaust I've seen on any F-body to date.
You'll see this in an upcoming video on my channel if you care to watch. Appreciate it.
We are on the way home. The goods have been acquired, including the headliner that took 4 tries to get into this thing. This is just another reason to buy a T-top car, not a hardtop car. It would have been way easier to fit in if this car had T-tops. So we're back home now. We have the resistor that we got from Dave, which is the correct one. And we have the resistor we got from the parts store. I love parts stores. This isn't even close. We also have the headliner that we're going to put in. We're going to start with the resistor, put the interior back together, and then we're going to put some wheels and tires on. So if you don't know, I do love C6 base wheels and just about anything but a C6 base. So we've got some more C6 base wheels here that we're going to be putting on this F-body. 18 in the front, 19 in the back, and we're going to probably have to put a spacer on the back as well. So I bought 1 1/4 inch spacers because that's what I did on the last one. Oh, it bit me. Give me. Easy access. Good enough for me. I noticed a missing seat bolt here, so I'm just gonna... Cameraman and I are gonna put this up. It is a 2-person job, so you guys aren't gonna see this part. But the idea is that this is a very easy headliner to put up. It's got slits for the seat belts. We're just gonna slide the seat belts right through there, right? We're gonna put this where that light is, and it's gonna be quick and easy. So we have sun visors in on both sides now. We're gonna pop these things in, and then we're gonna put on some wheels and tires, and I'm so excited to do that. It's been building inside of me.
It makes me want to drive my car off a cliff.
So, looking at these, cameraman, zoom in there. They broke everything off. But I'm gonna try to get this in with the few connectors that we have, and then fix what they did at a later date. Tuck it in. Let's put some screws back in this bad boy while we're here. Ew. Look at this. This is why they were unsafe. This is also why they were unsafe. And this is actually the better of the two tires. So the new tire is going to be about an inch taller than the old tire and just ever so slightly wider as well. It's going to help to fill that wheel gap of the stock F bodies. So I know you can't really see it here. The stock lug studs do protrude the 1.25 inch spacer by like this much. So we're going to take a grinder wheel and just kind of take off the end of this material, and then we'll be able to throw all these on. And we only have to do it on the rear too because we're only using spacers on the back. What I'm doing here is I'm putting the lug nuts on the studs. And the reason why I'm doing that is we have to trim a little of this material off of the end of the lug stud. All we need is like 0.1 of an inch, but they're just too much, right? So we're gonna put a lug nut on there. That way when we trim this back, we can take the lug nut off without a problem. I'm pretty much gonna take the cutoff wheel and just take the slightest amount, like this much off, maybe a little bit more, because you wanna go thicker than the thickness of the blade. All right, now that will clear, as you can see. Just gotta get rid of this. Oh yeah, and these are hot. Don't touch them. I just showed you on this one what I'm gonna do to all of the 10 back lug nuts. So let's get these ones done. We'll also get the other side to the same point that this is at. All right, now as you can see, we've cut these off and these are now gonna fit flush. Let's do the same thing to the other side and zip these down. I'll see you guys in a minute. We've got both sides on now. Let's put some wheels on this thing. They're gonna look so much better. I'm so excited. This makes my day. Oh man, they look so much better than the stock wheels. One last thing before I show you guys the final product of this video. Mind you, this is nowhere near the end of how this car is going to look. I just wanted to throw some Lucas in. It's been sitting for quite a long time, and I stand by this Lucas stuff. I had my tuner tell me to try it out a while back in one of my other cars, and it has worked wonders for me ever since. All right, that's going to be it for this video. The Camaro is looking way better with these wheels on it, with a new headliner and with actual heat now. We did put the blower motor in. I didn't really record it to add it into the video because I figured you guys didn't want to see all that. That being said, there's a ton more to come on this. I'd like to do some LED lights. I'd like to add a couple little blinking parts to it. Get rid of that very dorky antenna in the back. Probably put a stereo in it and do a couple other things to put my own touch on it. I also have a Borla muffler for the car as well. There's no muffler on it right now. It sounds kind of hideous. And I think there's a belt squeak going on up here, or maybe some sort of pulley issue that I'm going to have to resolve as well. I am contemplating doing a stall and long tubes in the car. And of course, I'm going to do my maintenance stuff, coolant, transmission fluid, oil, and rear end. That way it's happy and healthy and can do more burnouts and make me happy too. Thank you guys for watching this. I'm excited to embark on a new series because the single cab is actually going up for sale here soon. I decided against doing all the work on that because it added up really quick. I looked into cam, and then I looked into cam and springs, then I looked into a stall converter, then I looked into re-gearing it from the stock 373s because it really needs a locker in the rear. And if I do the rear, I have to do the front. And then if I did all that, then I'd have to do a bed, and it just got to be too much. I'd rather start with something like this, have some fun with something like this, especially an old cop car. Who knows, I might put a light bar on the top. I'll see you guys in the next one.